The sun out, the colours out for a unique day at Rugby HQ. It has to be Army-Navy Day. Well, obviously the Navy are going to win today then.
Not a hope. The Army's going to win. They inflict a world of pain.
Now, why do you say that?
There's just absolutely no chance. It's the Navy.
It's going to be close. I think it's going to be 20-15
To the Army?
to the Army.
Navy.
Yeah.
Navy. And we're going to give them a good hiding today. I think it's going to be a 28-19.
An Army win today?
Never. Navy all day long.
Army will win. Army will win.
Army.
Oh, the Army, obviously.
Obviously.
Oh, yeah,
what
goes
about the
without
score?
Large. I think maybe 20 points, probably more than that.
And in this fixture's 99-year history, surely no closer a championship, just 1 point off the boot separating the Army-Navy and defending champions the RAF. After 20 minutes and a missed penalty each, the Navy bagged the lead. From a line-out, Dave Fairbrother charged for the line. No one in a red shirt could stop him, with Johnny Humphrey's conversion 7-0. Then it was the Army's turn to turn on the style, and who better than Rocco Daguni to do it, dancing his way past the men in blue to score under the post. James Dixon conversion levelling it. Fairbrother's high tackle turned him from hero to villain, and the Army took full advantage of his enforced break in the bin. Owen Davis scoring a try, set up by Rocco to make it 12-7. Despite a Navy fight back, they conceded again just before half-time. The Army winning a brilliant turnover, and Rocco made it look easy. The conversion 19-7 at the break. The Navy desperately needed a quick score, but instead it was the Army who produced a fourth try. James Farrell and Dixon's boot extending the lead to surely an unassailable 26-7. But for whatever reason, the Navy were rejuvenated. On the hour, Gareth Rees off the bench inspired the senior service. The comeback had begun. Then the Army's Paul Llewellyn was sent to the bin, and the Navy were awarded a penalty try. At 26-19, the comeback was on. And moments later, Rhys de McWilliams, making his Twickenham debut from the bench, went in for the try. Humphrey adding the extras to level it at an amazing 26-all. But the Army, still reeling, could have won it. Owen Davis scoring a penalty with just minutes left, before, with virtually the final kick of the game, the Navy too were awarded a penalty. Humphrey, no pressure then, duly obliging. 29-29 the final score, but where do we start? Tug Wilson with me, the RAF coach, and Tug, you know, we've been sat here watching this game. Half time it was all over, wasn't it?
Well, if you looked at it in previous years, it's getting a lead like that, and you think they're just going to kick on and go away with it, but the Navy hang on. They use their forwards really, really well, and they've come back in, drawn the game and won the inter-services.
We didn't go out to win, but being inter-service champions, we, especially from last season, we've had a few setbacks and we've been in some dark places, and we've rebuilt, like I said, against the RAF, and we've worked so hard, so we've got what we deserved, and I'm chuffed. The boys are outstanding and they're absolutely brilliant, unbelievable.
At half-time, I have to say, you looked as if it was going to go away from you, and particularly when the Army scored a very quick try in the second half, but you never gave up hope, did you?
Yeah, the message was that we have to believe. We've got to keep in there. If we can stay in our boat, if we can stay within touch and distance, we knew in our heads, and that's what we visualised, that we would get the win. Unfortunately today it was the draw, but that's all we needed, so we just believed that we could do it, and it came.
You know, half time we're comfortably in the lead. We've got to give credit to the Navy. You know, when we had the man in the bin, they absolutely capitalised on it, and that gave them a little bit of momentum, and they got their tails up, the crowd got behind them, and we didn't deal with it, and you know, collectively how it'll display cost us.
Where do you think it went wrong in that second half then? You mentioned the sin bin. They had a similar situation in the first half, and you certainly made the most of that as well.
Yeah, no, and that's really the crux of it. You know, they scored, we scored. You know, when that right at the end with 3 points and we give a soft penalty, you know, we've just got to be smarter. But credit to the Navy, because they probably, you know, didn't give up, and great for the spectator and also great for the coaches.
It's just heart, isn't it? They've got some amazing players, like amazing. Obviously, Rocco Daguni stood out. He's one of the best players in the world. He's the best player in the Premiership on the wing at the moment. So he tore us apart a bit. But as soon as we nullify that, we were all right. Do you know what I mean? So there's a couple of threats. As soon as we nullified him, we were all right. Yeah, we just need to keep going and keep going.
I do, Dave. Well, you're a great young squad. You've got a lot of potential for the future, but Inter-Services Champions 2016 sounds good.
Yeah, sounds really good. Now I get off for a beer, thank you.
Well, Ash, how good does that feel to be holding that little Babcock bowl there?
It's amazing. It's been a lot of hard work. Been a long time coming, and been some dark places over the last few years. But to work that hard and a game plan that was slipping away from us, and the boys just did tremendously well to bring it back.
I can see you're a bit emotional here, because it is emotional, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
When you've got 80,000 people in this stadium and half of them are shouting for you.
Yeah, and it is just the support that got behind us. When we started to get back into the game, and I'm sure my daughter just said to me, she goes, "I thought you'd blown it at half time." But no, the boys were amazing. They dug deep and really clawed their way back into it, and to get the draw at the end to win this trophy is just fantastic.
Well, after 2010, it's sort of 6 years, isn't it, since you've had the joy of that feeling, and it must just feel so good.
That feels absolutely fantastic. I'm so chuffed.
So the Navy's day at HQ, and the 6-year wait over to lift the Inter-Services Championship. Elsewhere, the Oxbridge students beat the UK Armed Forces Under-23s 36-30. Before that, at Nella Hall, the Army Masters beat the Navy Mariners 47-20, and it was another glorious day for the Army women's team. Staggeringly, they've never lost an Inter-Services fixture since 2003, when the competition began, and against the Navy, they were in no mood to surrender that record. It was a superb performance as they ran home victors by 74 points to 0, adding another 30 points in the second half after amassing a 44-0 lead at half-time, on a day that has now become unique anywhere in the world of rugby union. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.